Today's podcast features Mark Manson's subtle art of not giving a fuck. So let's get straight into it. The topic we're going to be covering today: sometimes we feel like victims, but positive change only happens when you take full responsibility for your life. Every year, thousands of amateur runners take part in marathons. Many of them do so to raise money for good causes. Even though a great many struggle to finish, most marathon runners are proud of their achievement. Now imagine that instead of volunteering to run a marathon, you were forced to take part. No matter how well you actually ran, chances are you detest the whole experience. Feeling compelled to do something robs it of its joy. Sadly, many of us go through life as our experiences were imposed on us. Whether it be a failed job interview, a rejection from a loved one, or even a missed bus, we see ourselves as the unhappy victims of life's circumstances. Let's look at an extreme example of this phenomenon. William James was born to a wealthy privileged family in the 19th century in America. Suffering from ill health, he would often experience bouts of vomiting and back spasms. His early dream was to become a painter, but he struggled to make his mark, and his father constantly mocked his lack of talent. So, he decided to pursue a career in medicine, and then dropped out of medical school. Unwell and unhappy, with neither family support nor a job, James considered suicide. But then he read about the work of the philosopher Charles Peirce. Peirce's central argument was everyone should take 100% responsibility for their own life, a message that struck a chord with James. James realised that his misery stemmed from his belief that he was a victim of the outside influences. Whether it was his sickness or his father's criticisms, he blamed the situation on things he couldn't control, and this made him feel powerless. He realised that he was responsible for his life and his actions, and empowered with this thought, he started fresh. After years of hard work, James went on to become a pioneer in American psychology. So, if you ever feel like a victim, remember William James and try taking responsibility for your own life. Imagine you getting dumped by your partner. It would be all too easy to blame your former beloved partner for being cruel and uncaring. But it would be wiser to look at how you were responsible for the relationship's failure. Perhaps you neglected your fair share of housework, or maybe you didn't support your partner's ambitions. By realising and working on your mistakes, you can avoid them in the future. Only then can you live a better, happier life.